listening to the Narrative Podcast with Halsey Allen. The Narrative Podcast is changing the narrative one episode at a time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Narrative Podcast. I'm your host, Halsey Allen. Welcome all my narrators. Welcome anybody new that may be listening to the podcast today. Hope you had a fantastic day yesterday. I know I did. Weather was beautiful. Got a lot of stuff done. So if you're new to if you're just now tuning in, have never listened to the Narrative Podcast before, allow me to, just give you some brief insight about what it is and what I do. So it's called the Narrative Podcast for a reason. And what I do is change the narrative one episode at a time by destroying negative Black stereotypes. How do I destroy the negative Black stereotypes? I provide positive frames of reference about Black people and Black culture. I felt the need to create this platform because I feel that the media portrays a false narrative about Black people and Black culture. They basically just play up all the negative nuances within our culture and perpetuate negative Black stereotypes and basically, weaponize it against us and just divisively try to paint us in a negative light. So on this platform, what I do is basically I highlight and showcase all the positive things that we do, what we're bringing to the table, what we're about, which is being guys, basically, taking care of your family, taking care of your responsibilities, being dutiful people, being pillars in the community. If you're working a 9-to-5 job, you're an excellent employee. If you're Black, if you own your own business, then you're, taking care of your family and the community. That is what the lens I'm trying to capture, the images or the audio, as it were, because this is an audio platform. That is what I'm trying to showcase and highlight, all the positive things we're doing in our community. Not just always in violence, fighting each other, living in strife, destitute, and essentially they just basically hyper-criminalize men, hypersexualize our women, make all of our children look like juvenile delinquents, like they have no purpose or no direction in life. And, I just want to, bring stories about just the opposite of that. So that's all the information that I share on my platform. I don't do anything negative. I don't drag people. If I mention a celebrity's name, that's just basically to, kind of cement a point that I'm trying to make, and I'm using them for an example. So I don't do gossip, nothing negative. When I do deliver my commentary on current issues or anything that affects us as a people, it's always from the scope of changing the narrative, changing the overall perception of Black people and Black culture. So that's what I do here on this platform. I've been doing it for about a year, started last year. The platform is growing bigger, audience is growing bigger, I'm getting all kinds of offers and stuff. So, I got it in motion. I'm trying to keep it independent. And, I've been a work in progress. When I first started, I did not have theme music. When I first started, I didn't have a professional sounding bumper. When I first started, I didn't have a format. I have a format now. And I go over my format. I divide each section. I got speaking points for each section. I divided it up into sections. And again, to, showcase and highlight us at our best. That's why what each section is about. And then, just putting something positive in the atmosphere. My overall takeaway, why I call my regular listeners my narrators, is because, we all are content creators with these handheld devices. A lot of these negative stereotypes and stigmas within our culture is kind of spawned by us by sharing negative content. So what I want to do is I want to inspire people to share positive content on their timelines. I mean, you're a full-grown adult. You can post whatever you want to, whatever interests you, whatever piques your interest. That's what social media is for. But, as a black man or a black woman, your first obligation is, your people, your upbringing, to represent how you was raised. Because everything you do online is like a carbon footprint. It's a visual representation of your thoughts, your feelings, your values, and your belief system. This is how we're judged online. So any type of negative content you post is basically like the powers that be using their statistical data and monitoring the algorithm, which was created by a black man. They think, when we post stuff like that, we with the ish. And so when you strip it down to the bare bones, like the media is an evil monster, but it's a supply and demand business. So if we don't supply them with the negative content, they can't keep on generating and manufacturing these negative headlines. So that's what I want the ultimate takeaway experience from listening to my podcast to be, is to, impress upon the listeners to upload positive content, positive and lifting, empowering stories about black people and black culture on their timelines, like on their Facebook, Twitter, whatever your preferred platform is. Instagram, whatever you like to do on it, at least try to post one story. It could be somebody in your family. It doesn't necessarily have to be an entertainer or a celebrity. It can be you, something positive you're doing. All right, I think I went over my time limit. I also try to keep all my broadcasts no longer than an hour. I mean, if I go a little over an hour, it's just what it is, just a little over an hour, not like almost 2 and 3 hours. That was the whole purpose of me designing segments, so that I'm not just droning on and on and on. Because when you're droning on and on and on with no speaking points, it's not a podcast, it's a rant. And what I'm doing is not ranting. I'm trying to create content that will resonate with you and get in your spirit and inspire you to, generate and create and share positive content. So not trying to be perfect on here, not trying to be super righteous, just trying to make our experience more pleasant in this space, because what's going around is just a whole lot of negative content and messiness. So we can control it to an extent by the content we post. They're always going to try it with us. They're always going to try to screw around, but we need to give them less ammunition to work with, because they got plenty of ammunition to work with. So we don't need to be handing our enemies more bullets to hurt us with. And not saying all Caucasian people are our enemies. I'm just saying the powers that be, the ones that's responsible for trying to, portray us in that light and benefit from us being portrayed in that light. That's what I mean by enemy. All right. Before I jump in, I just want to say early, because the 4th of July, Independence Day is coming up. I want to wish all my listeners a happy Independence Day. Yes, we should celebrate Independence Day because we are responsible for Independence Day. We was forced to fight in that war as slaves, and America could not be the America we now know and call America had it not been for our contributions. Even though we was forced, they was getting overrun by the opposition, and they could not have won that pivotal war to distinguish us as a sovereign nation without the aid of Black people. We single-handedly won the war for them. They promised our freedom, never gave it to us. Not once, but twice. They did it to us again in the Civil War. But yeah. So happy Independence Day. Go out, celebrate, be proud, but also be responsible. Also use emotional intelligence. Return home the way you left home. You left home in one piece, come back in one piece. Don't come back all beat up and shot up because you're trying to be tough and prove a point. That's all. That's my little PSA for, the Independence Day festivities. So drink responsibly, engage in extracurricular activities, whatever they may be, responsibly, and come home in one piece. Come home the way you left. Come home, period. I hope you just get to come home in these times, in this day and age we're living in. Travel safely, all that. All right, so now I'm gonna jump right on in with my very first section. My first section of my podcast is the free promo section. I'm offering free promotion to any and all Black-owned business owners. The reason why I'm doing this is to promote Black-owned brands, business products, and services. And the reason why I'm doing that is to do my part to help circulate the Black dollar in the Black community. So if you are or know of any Black-owned businesses that need or would like some free promotion, please hit me at passionwebmail at poeticpassion.host. And in the subject bar, type the word promo. In the body of the email, tell me a little bit about yourself, business, product, or service. The more you tell me, the more detailed you make it, the better I can pitch it. So, just some free game. Try to make it as personal as possible. People are more privy to spending money with someone who they feel they know. They have some type of, familiarity with, some type of frame of reference, like brand recognition. They can ask around about you. They can go research you. So it's like the more you supply me with, the better the promo drop would be for you. And I'm not charging any money. I'm just doing it on the strength of reach one, teach one. I'm not even asking that you, in turn, plug my podcast. It would be greatly appreciated if you did, but not a requirement. So again, for the free promotion for your business, product, or service, hit me up, Halsey Allen, at passionwebmail@poeticpassion.host. All right, moving on. Second section. This is a contest that I'm sponsoring myself out of my own pocket for this podcast. I have no sponsors. I'm just doing this with my own money. I'm offering a bulk supply to any listener that enters it. Bulk supply of their favorite snack. And the name of the contest is called the Chew on This Contest. You can enter that also at that exact same email address that I just gave for the free promotion. And the way I'm separating the two is in the subject bar. So to enter the Chew on This contest, in the subject bar, you would enter Chew on This / Shopping While Black. And the reason why you put the Shopping While Black in there is because that's the topic I want you to participate in. I want you to share your most recent Shopping While Black experience. And for doing that, I will give you a bulk supply of your favorite snack. And then also in the body of the email, also include your mailing address so I know where to send your prize. And then, your favorite snack. Like, what do you want? Very simple. Not charging any money. So I'm only asking when you're doing your Shopping While Black story, please just give me a brief summary. I don't want to read a novel, so try not to exceed 6 paragraphs. And once again, the email address to enter the contest is passionwebmail@poeticpassion.host. And in the subject bar, type Chew on This / Shopping While Black. You don't even have to type the whole word Shopping While Black. If you don't want to, you can just put SWB. I'll understand. I know what that means. And then, in the body of the email, share your Shopping While Black experience along with your mailing address and what type of snack you would like. Bam, bada boom. Yeah. On to the next section. Or like this is actually the start of my podcast. This is a section where I highlight some Black-owned businesses. And why am I highlighting the Black-owned businesses? Again, to provide positive frames of reference about Black people and Black culture. And in this section, I'm highlighting entrepreneurialism, highlighting the fact that Black people are studious captains of industry that take care of themselves, are prideful about their community. The types of Black-owned businesses that usually are highlighted in these sections are, Black-owned from the top to the bottom. They employ Black people. They also give back to the community to some capacity. They either have their own nonprofit organization associated with their business, or they pay into a nonprofit organization and, provide opportunity by hiring their own, having some type of job training program, some type of vocational skills training program, give back to the community to some capacity, whether it's, providing free food, financial literacy, vocational skills training, things involving our children, things involving our elderly, things involving anybody in the community they're rooted in, to supply any type of need they may need. Not just, being a parasite, leeching off the community, just with a me and mine mentality. And it's understandable if it's like, you just started your business and you're still trying to figure it out. But if you've been in business for 10 or 5 or 10 years longer, if your business is like you're doing, like you nice, you super good, you got you a nice house, got you a nice car, able to take vacations and keep yourself up because of your business that you own, but then don't give back to the community that your business is rooted in, then you are a part of the problem. You are a bloodsucker. You are the conglomerate. You are what's keeping, Black people down in this country. So don't be the problem, be the solution. Give back. Those are the types of people that I try to highlight on the Black-owned business highlight section. Another criteria is they line up with my theme. And this month's theme is the season of summer. So all the Black-owned businesses I'll be highlighting this month and to the end of summer is just something you would associate with the season of summer. So, having said that, summertime, what do? I know this. I've done this theme before, but I think I did it in the winter, because it's kind of popular all year round, but summer is most definitely super popular. And matter of fact, this month is the national recognition of this product that I'm about to say. And this month's theme, or this week, or today, I'll be highlighting businesses that sell this product. And the product is ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. In this section, I'll be highlighting Black-owned businesses that specialize in selling ice cream. I got 3 for you today, and I'm asking you to, after you listen to it, take down the information, anything I might have left out or skimmed over, do your Googles, and find it and support these companies because we need that Black dollar circulating in the Black community so we can, build a brighter tomorrow, as they say. I really, really, really need a teleprompter, y'all. Because when I be starting these things, my notes just be all discombobulated. And I just had it too. All right, found my place. Okay, so first business that I'll be highlighting today comes to you from a company called Hood Cream. The founder and CEO is Nikki Thomas. She created the business amid the pandemic. It's located out in New Orleans. She moved there 6 years prior to the pandemic. She moved down there to be a interior design decorator for a furniture company. She also studied hospitality and management at Delgo Community College. Now the business doesn't really have a website. It's more like a pop-up type deal. They got they advertise on Facebook and Instagram. So just type in Hood Cream in your Facebook browser, Hood Cream in your Instagram browser. What inspired her is, during the pandemic, her grandmother gave her an old ice cream machine. And so, during lockdown, we was all super bored. So that was her super bored thing she did during a pandemic lockdown. And she kept on playing with recipes until she hit upon a winner and started selling it. And as they say, the rest is history. Bada boom, bada bing, Hood Cream was born. What's unique about her product is it is all vegan. And she felt the need to create a vegan brand because she knows a whole lot of people in the Black community or in her neck of the woods living in New Orleans are lactose intolerant. So a whole lot of that, Cajun cuisine they can't enjoy because a lot of them is like, especially like the etouffees and like that Cajun sauce pasta, like it's got a cream base, a dairy base. So, can't enjoy that. If you're intolerant, and you're not actually intolerant, you was just we're not built to digest dairy, because dairy is just strictly to nurse livestock. It's cow's milk. The cow uses it to nurse its own offspring. That's why God made women to be able to lactate as well, to use your own milk to sustain life. But anyway, I didn't mean to veer off putting. I just wanted to let you know, for people to always be like, I'm lactose intolerant. You're not intolerant. It's just you're not built to take milk anyway. Why some people have a higher threshold for dairy products than others, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. But what I do know is, it's not really fit for human consumption. Nobody's really ever died of dairy, but people have gotten violently ill. Now, what makes her product unique is this, again, I said vegan, is coconut. She uses a coconut milk base in her product. She has some really inspiring names for her product. So you can go online and see the unique names and the unique flavor combinations. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. It's definitely from the heart. And she definitely has, the community's interest at best. And like I said, her operation is Black owned and Black woman owned at that, and operated. And she provides opportunity to the community. So she helps everybody she can help with her business. Also, a qualifying criteria in this section. So that was Hood Cream. Now the next business. And this really doesn't even sound right. But I'm going to take a stab at it. Because it got the little hyphen. I don't know, like in English, like why we do that. But Kube, KUB-E. And the email address is www.kube.com. I'm not going to go give you a super, long, extensive background story because she had thought of all that on the website. So when you go to that website, you click on the About section. You can see how and why that business came to be. But I will share with you the CEO's name, Kai B. Norty, Norty, Norty. And her product is also vegan, coconut based. And thing that sets her apart is, she plays into social causes. So she's a social activist, and her mission statement is to afford opportunities to fight against systemic injustice. That's what it specifically says on the website. When you go look in the About section, she takes on social issues. That's a really good reason to support that product. It looks really unique. Everything's organic, vegan, organic. I mean, ice cream, like junk food is junk food. It's like, but at least you don't feel too terrible about eating it. But go support that. And it's Kubi or Kube. And the next one is called Sean Mitchell's Ice Cream. And it was Chicago's very own. It's advertised as Chicago's very own ice cream. It was originally founded by a Muslim married couple, Yahya and Mutake Muhammad, out in Bronzeville, Illinois. But the new owner, Sean Mitchell, he's out of Chicago. It didn't say how he acquired the company from them, the article that I came across, but go to the website. You see they also offer vegan options. But it's just they're trying to sell an experience. They're trying to sell that old timey ice cream parlor type vibe, that ice cream social vibe. That's what they're selling. Everything's handmade, hand churned, in house. So everything's better when you do it yourself. Very minimal. Machine operated. It's like really just labor intensive and worth it. So anything good like that, it always is, labor intense. Anything built on labor usually ends up being worth it. The motif, the brick and mortar building is just like, that old timey late 40s, early 50s type motif for ice cream. And they're just trying to create a family atmosphere and vibes. So definitely go check that out. The website really didn't say how he started it. I tried to do my best to provide the background story of how a person started a business. Because what I want to impress upon my listeners, to try to, cleanse these stigmas off of us that they keep trying to cram down our throat about you can't do it, you can't make it. Like if you want to, you can. And so I try to provide references, you know, the references, the firms of references, like started here, we started at this level. It wasn't going so good, but then eventually we figured it out and made it to this level. And now we're selling millions of dollars worth of product. And, you know, definitely that's the types of stories I share in this segment. Started from the bottom. So his website is www.seanmichaels.com. The physical address is 4647th Street in Chicago, Illinois. Go support that. I know, like I just told you, it was located out in Bronzeville, Illinois, but I don't know. Maybe it's a suburb. I don't know. Fresh breath. Okay. All right. And the last one is the most interesting one. I saved the best for last, literally. Next story comes to you from Lil Ice Cream Dude. That's his moniker in which he sells his ice cream under. And his surname is Victor Tracy Bow Shell. It's an interesting name. I never heard a person with the last name Shell, like a turtle shell. But yeah, that's an interesting name. And so it's at Little Lil, like Lil Romeo, when he's rhyming under Lil Romeo, or Lil Bow Wow, LIL, icecreamdude.com. Telephone number is 706-850-8306. And I think his store is, calls himself the Little Ice Cream Dude. And his store is called Cool World, I believe. His story is so interesting because, like, he started at 8. You know, parents asked him what he wanted for his birthday. I think he's now like 16. But when he started, he was 8. He said he wanted an ice cream stand so he can start his own business. Instead of like laughing it off and just went on taking him out for some ice cream or having an ice cream party for his birthday, they took his his suggestions seriously, and they nurtured and fostered his desire to want to start his own business like good parents should. And he now owns his own business at 17, and it's called Cool World. And, he makes a dynamite profit, dynamite products. I see all kinds of growth and expansion coming his way. He's passionate about what he does. He loves what he does. I didn't see any vegan options on his menu. So his is just straight dairy product. But it's just cool that he was that young and had the tenacity to want to, do something. Because don't get me wrong, like, you should leave the youth alone and let them enjoy their childhood for as long as they can be children, because it goes in the blink of an eye. Like, look up one day and they're grown. Literally. So definitely enjoy all that, innocent youth type deal. Let them be a child for as long as they can be a child, because this is a cold world out here. But but if they got that in them at that age, then they're destined to do that. That's their destiny talking. So when your child approaches you with something like that, take it serious. Okay, that is wrapped up. My business section is wrapped up. Do a round of applause for all the Black-owned businesses. And now we're going into this section I refer to as the spotlight section. And yes, I feel I'll revolutionize the spotlight. Literally nobody online was spotlighting anybody until I started doing my spotlight section. Now every time you pull out your browser, this week spotlight on this person, this week spotlight on that person. And don't mean to toot my own horn, but I did that. In this section, I just basically pay homage to, people upholding and empowering Black culture to some capacity, whether it's through philanthropy, whether it's using their platform to speak on our issues, whether it's hiring your own, and whether it's, being a polarizing figure, whether it's, just being stand-up visual representation of a successful Black person. And this one is a pleasure because he checks all the boxes. He's been checking all the boxes since day one. He's gone toe-to-toe with every type of organization. I think he was probably the first entertainer to ever get called an anti-Semite. So give it up for the one, the only, Don Mega. Super pyroclastic flow. The N-word you love to hate. Ice Cube. Okay, so Ice Cube, born as O'Shea Jackson. Got to get my notes together. In 1969, in Los Angeles, California. Early years attended William Howard Taft Charter High School. So originally, before NWA, he was in a group called CIA. And then, he joined NWA, and as the old saying goes, the rest was history. He is the entity we now know as Ice Cube. He got his stage name from a family. His brother said he's gonna put him in the ice box, until he was turned into an ice cube, and from there, that became his stage moniker. since then, he has just been producing nonstop, been acting nonstop, been advocating nonstop for Black people and Black culture. He's been creating jobs. Definitely gave pretty much the whole entire Black Hollywood a leg up. If there was an established actor, comedian, after being in one of his projects, their careers skyrocketed. Maybe they was just doing like mediocre stuff, but after appearing in one of their films, the demand for him went through the roof. He's never been afraid to speak his mind and have the unpopular opinion in the room. He's never not, advocated for our rights, never not tried to create opportunities for us. And a lot of people say they don't give a F, but he really don't give a F. He ought to really, I don't give a F energy and mentality to him. And I think that's why, he is where he's at today. Not worried about hurting people's feelings, not worried about people not liking him. Knows what it feels like to be a have-not, and just always using his platform to, give us, tools to give. Everybody says, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, but then we don't have no bootstraps to pull ourselves up by. So this is a guy that, he offers you the bootstrap to pull yourself up. So like he gave us so much for the game. He gave us like Friday, just cult classic after cult classic after cult classic for we're talking film. Gave us Friday, gave us Barbershop, gave us, I think it's next Sunday. If I'm getting the title wrong, it's been so many years since I've seen it, but the church movie where they stick up the church. His whole catalog. I'm not going to just run down the line every single project ever. Big Ten, Hollywood Squares, Hip Hop Hollywood Squares. Like, he's the guy, man. Ice Cube has definitely put on for the culture. He has transcended the culture, took it to a space that nobody can really fathom, and his motives are pure. Like, he's in Hollywood, he plays Hollywood politics, but at the same time, he's not Hollywood. So if that makes any sense, he's just, down to earth, genuine human being. I never met the gentleman before, but he could be a major a-hole, but I'm just saying his demeanor from the outside looking in. Yeah, so he definitely deserves his credit. I don't feel he has ever, been given enough credit. I'm still ashamed. I'm still feel ashamed the way the Black community, most of the Black community, try to drag him for a meeting with the last president to get some tangibles, which is still kind of bewildering to me. Because how can you say you conscious and you woke and politics is some BS, but yet you get mad at him for taking the initiatives to meet with the powers that be to try to unveil a plan to get us some tangibles. So although the CWB never got a chance to manifest through that administration, he still didn't give up on it. It just, he turned it into a different iteration of it. He's working with the NFL right now with the same principles as his proposed CWB contract. And basically what that program is, he's trying to get equity in the NFL, like having them pay into black-owned businesses, and he basically, funding black-owned businesses. That's what he's trying to do, or what he is doing. He ain't trying to do it because the articles. Let me pull it up so it doesn't sound like I'm just talking all the way out of my behind. What is the project called? Ice Cube partners with NFL. All right. Okay. Actor, rapper, filmmaker Ice Cube teaming up with NFL for a partnership. Okay. Partnership to tackle racial economic inequality. The league announced Thursday, June 30th, is partnering with the hip-hop legend who leads contract with Black America Institute. So he's done went a step further, got an organization, the CWB Institute, focused initiative. I'm going to another source now because it cut off right there. Rapper, film member, The partnership with Ice Cube CWBA will focus on identifying league-wide opportunities in the financial, tech, and production sectors with a concentration on increasing spending to Black businesses nationwide to help close America's racial and economic wealth gap. So he's doing his part. Like a lot of people are talking about closing the wealth gap. He's actually making it happen. So, yeah, that's more than impressive. Pretty much everything in his career has been more than impressive. As an MC, as an actor, as a philanthropist, as an activist, like, we should definitely appreciate that guy more. If you personally don't like him, that's just what it is. It's a personal issue. You just personally don't like him. But what you can't do is professionally take away from anything he's done with his music, anything he's done in acting or producing film, and anything he's done for the Black community. So if you don't like him personally, that's just, just say that I don't like the guy, but don't try to act like, get on your platform and call him a coon in chucks and all the other crazy stuff they were saying when he proposed, the initial contract with Black America. So he's definitely worthy of all the praise. I feel he should be admonished more than he's been. I know he don't care if anybody admonishes him. Like he just, he feels he can help where he can help, and just got that like good moral compass. Some people, are corrupted by money easily, corrupted by status symbols easily, but clearly he is not, because if he was all about the dollar, if it was easy to control and manipulate with money, we would have already seen a foul side of him many years ago. Like we would have already seen him crawling on his belly in like the late 90s, in the early 2000s, if he was like, didn't have a backbone or a spine. But, still toe to toe, he stands on his principles. He says what he means what he says. You can, judge a tree by the fruit it bears. Like, just pull up his stats. You can see all his fruit. So that's all I'm saying. Give it up for Ice Cube. On to my next section. This section is called the health and wellness section. And in this section, what I do is promote a healthy, active, fit lifestyle by providing tips about providing health and wellness tips. So it's usually the tips I provide is like usually the health benefit of a plant, herb, vegetable, or fruits to, increase added vitality and wellness and, just help you live a healthy, active, fit lifestyle. And notice I said lifestyle because taking care of yourself is a lifestyle. It's a complete package. Like you can't just work out and then eat crap or work out, eat right, but then, take crap into your body, into your mind, doing unproductive things, thinking toxic, negative thoughts, being mean and surly. So like if you want to live long, you got to do the work. It's a package deal. And so these are the types of tips I provide in this section. Again, health benefits of a fruit, vegetable, plant, herb, roots, elixir, from the inside on the outside, some type of physical exercise, some type of mental exercise. Those are the tips I give. The reason why I feel I need to do the health and wellness section is because that invisible thing is aimed directly at us. And, the key to your overall health is how you feel. So your emotions, it's like right when you feel some type of way, which you will, about these images and these audio clips you're bombarded with, your immune system will weaken and dis-ease will set in. That's when your mind is at dis-ease, where you will feel discomfort. It'll manifest physically. So you'll be, exhibiting and displaying all those physical symptoms of that thing. Because when you go to the hospital about, why you feel the way they feel, they're not even going to examine you, do no tests. They're just going to ask you, they're going to take out their little clipboard and like, do you have this feeling? Do you got that feeling? Rate your pain from 1 to 10. And then they're just going to tell you, you got that thing and to quarantine yourself. But so my tips is just like, if you pursue the healthy, active, fit lifestyle, you'll be less likely to get it or get sick, period. Like, because in life, nature, everything gets sick, everything, even plant life gets sick. But the thing is how you take care of yourself, what you're putting into your body, which will determine how long you stay sick. So somebody pursuing a healthy, active, fit lifestyle will recuperate at a higher rate as opposed to a person who does not take care of themselves. Makes sense? Hope it does. All right. So today's health and wellness tip is, and it's kind of cliche, but I'm going to say it anyway, guarding your energy. And the way you guard your energy is to, watch your intake of things, your atmosphere around you. Who's being negative? You might be the person being negative and just don't know. So you need to get to create some quiet time and just really, what's the word I'm looking for? Really assess what's going on inside of you. Really take inventory of, how certain things and situations make you feel. Take assessment on your circle, how each individual person in your circle makes you feel when you're around them. And then determine whether or not you got some house cleaning to do. But like I said, sometimes you're the dirty one in the house. Sometimes when you feel bad, it's because of your own inadequacies, things you're not dealing with in your conscious mind, and then you're going to sleep not dealing with the problem, and then it's proliferating and building up, and then now you're just like in a world of crap. Like, has anybody ever seen that movie? What is it? Full Metal Jacket. When the guy goes berserk towards the end, Private Gunner with the shotgun, and he's in the latrine. He says, "I'm in a world of," and then blows his brains out. See, it was a slow build-up. So you have to monitor, your emotional triggers, because we are all human beings. We all have a trigger. So you have to be, mindful and take inventory on what triggers you, what triggers your anger, what triggers your sadness, what triggers your feelings of anxiety, what triggers your feelings of inadequacy, feeling inadequate about something. So I guess the health and wellness tip of today is take inventory. Take inventory on your emotions. Take inventory on your diet, not just your physical diet, which are, the types of food you're consuming, but the type of literature you're reading, the type of information you're putting into your body, television you're watching, music you're listening to. Conversations that you're having. That's what the health and wellness tip of today is assessments. All right, getting down to the nitty gritty, guys. Almost done. Second to the last section is my speaking points. My speaking point is I will deliver commentary on any hot button issues all over the world, or just, how it pertains to us, the Black people. I will give the Black perspective. Or if, it's something viral in our neighborhood, in our neck of the woods, just that deals specifically with us. Just, it's some Black stuff that deals with us. I unpack it from the Black perspective. And why I do this section is not only to change the narrative, but in this instance, control the narrative. Because if it comes from an outside source, they'll unpack it, having us looking and sounding crazy. So they'll put us in the most negative light possible. For the last couple of days, I've been talking about the Roe v. Wade. I talked about it on a couple weekends ago on my full broadcast. Then I revisited it on my live feed on Thursday, so that was my speaking point. And then, I think I'm done with that. I'm gonna try to be done with it, but if it keeps popping up, I gotta keep on addressing it. I gotta keep on calling out fuck shit. If it because there's so many dimensions and layers to that, and it's all having us look bad on so many sides of the paradigm. Nothing really going on in the world today. Nothing really pressing. Nothing I don't feel that really needs to be addressed. I haven't really seen no life-altering type things going on. I guess one thing just went viral, and I'm gonna talk about it not just because it's a trending topic, but again, because it aligns up with my overall theme for my podcast, changing the narrative. I don't like the narrative of this particular topic. So, recently, a man purchased McDonald's for his child. And the mother of his child stops him at the door. She had already started recording, doing a live or whatever, talking about it, that he keeps on doing it. And I'm gonna talk okay. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but just before I unpack it, I would just like to go on record in saying I think it's cap. I think the whole situation is cap. I think it was contrived because we're living in the era where people do and say anything to, create a wave. And so on my podcast, I want to inspire, you can share righteous news and good, positive, wholesome stuff. You don't have to do all this, resort to this buffoonery to get some clicks so you can make a couple bucks. But I'm going to get into more of my theory of why I believe it's cap after I unpack my commentary just on how it looks, on the surface. So she's online complaining about, he's always bringing his child McDonald's and don't bring no food for the rest of the kids. Understandable. And then she says, she opens the door, and says, well, what you got there, camera? Because she says, I'm going to expose you. See this, how sick this generation is? How they got us believing we have to expose somebody for some money. We got to drag our brother, we got to drag our sister all up and down social media to garner some attention, to garner some money. But anyway, so, she said, well, it don't look like enough for all of them. It was just a McDonald's sack and a very large soda. So we didn't even actually see the contents of the bag. It was just a McDonald's sack and a really big drink. We don't even know if the beverage, there was actually anything inside of the cup. He just had a McDonald's cup and a McDonald's bag. So that's why I personally believe it's cap. But just I'm trying to unpack it from the family structure, how this, speaks volumes to our cause and our plight. First off, it is an unwritten man rule. If you are dating with a woman or dating a woman that already has children, you signed up for it. You got to do it. Like if you going out, you looking spiffy, you in designer, she in designer, you got to buy her kids some designer too. It's a package deal. Like when you're dealing with a woman that already has children, it's a package deal. You can't just sit up here, take her, blow the horn, like, come on outside, I'm out here. And where you going? I'm going, mommy's leaving with this guy. And we gone. And you taking her out on a $1,800, $1,900 date, maybe $2 to $5, $10, $20,000 date, whatever. Y'all going to 5-star restaurants, events, venues, red carpet venues, and then her kids is looking raggedy. Now, how does that even make you look as a man? Because the person you're with, it is an extension of you. That's how you feel about yourself. That's your male pride right there. See, there's male pride and then there's ego. So some men get with women because they're ego. They want a woman to look a certain way. They want to feed their ego. So if I like a woman with a big butt, if she don't got a big butt, I'm going to pay for the BBL. So she can be my arm candy. And if you want a woman up top, but she's not naturally endowed up top, you go buy her the up top surgery. That's ego. But male pride is, being a man about yourself, showing your grooming, showing somebody tried to attempt to raise you and instill some type of morals in you. So what I saw in that video clip, or what they wanted to have us believe was in it, because I believe it was, mechanically produced. It's capped, like I said, I feel, in my personal opinion. Want to have us, present the argument, keep us divided as a people, the black man and the black woman divided. It's just man ethics. You do for the woman's children too. You don't make differences within the children. If you don't have, if you only have one child by the woman, sure, you do for your child, but then at the same time, those kids that's not by you are her siblings. So whatever you give them, they're going to share with their siblings regardless. They're going to share with the siblings regardless. Like if you buy them some shoes, like the one that is the exact same shoe size as the child you bought the shoes for, guess what? They wearing them shoes. If you bought your child a shirt, guess what? The one that can fit the shirt, they're going to end up wearing it, because like shirts, like children, I hate saying the word kids, but the child, when they catch a growth spurt and the shirt gets too little, the mom's going to give it to the child that's, can fit the shirt. They ain't going to just throw the shirt away. So that's just man duty. And then speaking more into it, it's McDonald's. McDonald's, bruh. Like they literally got $1 menu. So what on McDonald's, like you feel proud because you bought your son some McDonald's? Like they called you and said, Daddy, it could have been a daughter, because we don't know the gender of the child. They never showed the child in the video. She just said, I got 3 other kids, but I only got one by you. So it's McDonald's, bro. You mean you can't buy a McDouble cost $1. So like say if you bought your child a Big Mac meal, that's like $5. You bought them a double quarter, that's like $5. So double quarter meal, $5. So you can't spend like a single cheeseburger meal and fries, and here's the cheeseburger and the fries for the other kids. That kills you? That hurts your pride like F them kids, they ain't none of mine? That's sad, man. That's sad as a man. That's sad, bro. Like, take some pride in yourself. If that was real, like, take pride in yourself. But another thing I wanted to touch on, what I didn't like about the video, the way it got unveiled, is they tried to, make it look like it was just a black thing. Like, only black people argue about this stuff. No, people in relationships, black, white, Asian, whatever, are petty in relationships. Everybody's petty in relationships. Everybody's petty on both sides. The man's petty, the woman's petty. Everybody in the relationship at one time or another engages in petty behavior and has acted petty towards the person they're with to some capacity, something. Everybody in relationships, goes tit for tat. Now, as far as children in our community, that's a no-no. Whatever we're going through, the children don't have anything to do with what we're arguing about. So as a man, you're always supposed to show your grooming, because that's the nature of a man, to be the provider, to be the backbone. If you are a little more well off than her other father's children, if you are a little more financially well off than the other guys that have children by her, it sucks, but you got to kind of eat that, because they're going to do for their other siblings whether you want to or not anyway. So you might as well carry and conduct yourself with pride, because they're going to ask the question, well, can so-and-so come with me? Can this person come with me? Or they eating good. Well, can he have some? Can she have some? Whatever the other siblings' name is, they're going to share with their siblings regardless. So, you kind of signed up for it when you're dealing with somebody that already has children. Like, you already signed up for it. Ain't no sense in getting territorial about it. I would say the only instance where you can have I ain't taking care of all them other kids, where we're talking about clothes, like $300 Jordans, you're not taking them over your mom's house. You leaving them here. You gonna wear the shoes she can afford to buy you. You're not taking them $1,200 J-Bones over there, them 8, whatever. Because your siblings will get jealous and tear them up. No, you're not taking the game over there. The game's going to stay over here. If they want to come over here and play it with you, that's cool. So I can watch y'all playing the game, so the game don't get tore up. But you're not taking the game up out this house over there. In that instance, it's cool. But for food, man, food is petty, bro. That's petty. Here, why would you deny a child some food? That's petty. So like I said, now I'm going to go into the reasons why I thought it was cat. Because we never actually saw what was inside the bag. It was just a McDonald's sack. We didn't even know there was any food inside the sack. And if you notice, if you look at the video, it looks empty. So like what? You bought your child just a McDouble in this big giant soda, which we don't even know had a beverage in it because we don't see any liquid in it. Like it got a top on it and a straw. The straw's already in there. So you come up to the door with a straw already in the soda for your child. So like you took a couple sips out the soda. That don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense. I smell cat. Smells a cat to me. Captain Caveman. Cat. And then now she's just online explaining her stance. Like not even a whole week after the video surfaces, now she's defending herself online, getting more hits, more views. So you do the math. I don't believe it's real. I believe it was mechanically produced. Again, a very ill representation of Black people in Black culture, a very ill representation of the Black family structure. I have actually seen arguments like that. I'm not going to dismiss it and say that it doesn't happen within our community and within our culture, but that's cat. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe the video because she was already filming. You know what I mean? She was already on the phone filming, and then he just arbitrarily knocks on the door. Like right after she says, I'm fitting to expose him, he knocks on the door, boom, boom, boom. And then he asked her, what you doing with the phone? I'm going to expose you. Like you said, I'm going to expose you before the door was open. So I'm a skeptical person anyway. I don't believe that. That's cap to me. But, in that situation, if it was real, he was super petty. It's like, bro, like it's McDonald's. It ain't like it's Carl's Jr. It ain't like it's In-N-Out Burger. It's flipping McDonald's, bro. Like, they got 4 other kids here. Sometimes I be having at McDonald's like 2-for-1s. So you mean that kills you to buy what? So you got 4 kids. So like 4 McDouble combos. Like let me punch it up. See how much is a McDouble combo. Like I mean, you shouldn't be eating McDonald's anyway to be feeding your child. Like, if anything, if you want to call yourself being super petty and your child calls and says you hungry, then take over some ground beef and some buns and some condiments and let her make the hamburger patties. Make the hamburgers, homemade patties. Take the ground beef, some potatoes, something to fry some oil to fry the potatoes in. So you got all the condiments at McDonald's. Like, back in the day, we got McDonald's at the house. Bam, you got McDonald's at the house. Boy, you better get up in there and make you that damn hamburger in that black skillet. Shoot. Let me see. What was I doing? I veered off on a tangent. So see our full price. McDouble. I'm still looking for the price. I think it's just like it's showing the calorie count. Oh God, quarter pounder, 630 calories. Double quarter, 740 calories. Quarter, 520. Not seeing the price. What is the price? I got the nutritional information. I don't care. That's 40 calorie. I'm looking for the prices. But yeah, $1, bro. McDonald's, a little over $1. A McDouble costs a little bit over $1. So like $1.25, $1.50 maybe. And some fries. Fries like 99, maybe $1.19. Like that kills you. That's petty, bro. That's so sad to see a grown man act like that. But there are some grown dudes out there that'll get with a woman with a child with children and will tell the other kids in a heartbeat, I ain't your dad no way. I ain't gotta do ish for you. You lucky you getting this, and throwing it up in her face every time they fall out. I'm taking care of some MFing kids that ain't even mine. You got me effed up. Like, that's just, to me, that's just like a real sorry excuse for a man. I mean, there's a simp behavior is like when you're taking anything she does. And when you're trying to be all like Pepe Le Pew, trying to romance her and finesse her, that's a simp. Like jumping through hoops for her, that's a simp. But like taking care of your responsibilities, that's a man. So if you know for sure, it's 99, the child that y'all share together is 99.999 yours, and then she got brothers, and then they got siblings. If you just show up to drop some McDonald's off to only your child and don't get them nothing too, you's a sucker. You's a sucker. You don't get them nothing too, he's a sucker. Now, like I said, now clothing, that's different. That's different. That's a little bit different. Clothing and like game consoles and computers and they got so much electronics for children now. Tablets and phones, that's different. No, you're not sharing it with your other with your other siblings. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. The laptop's not going over there with all them other siblings. So they can get jealous and break it. And I just done pay $1,800-$1,900 for a doggone tablet or a notebook. And then your siblings get mad and break it. So I can understand the logic in a scenario like that. But some McDonald's, bro, you's a sucker. Well, that's all I want to say on that bit of commentary, because usually when I see stuff like that, honestly, to be just truthfully honest, I scroll right on past it. I scroll right on past stuff like that, usually when I see it. But it kept popping up in my feed, and I am a podcaster now, so I felt the need to address it and deliver commentary on it. All righty. So the last segment of my show is Final Thoughts. Final Thoughts of today is, I think I started off with my final thought, actually. I just want to say, be safe. Enjoy this Independence weekend. Grilling and chilling and all that. fun with family and friends, and you don't have to feel weird about celebrating Independence Day because we are foundational original indigenous Americans, whether we came over on a slave boat, whether we was already here, we built this country. Therefore, we got every bit or actually more of a right to celebrate it, because if it was not for us making our sacrifices, America wouldn't be the America we now know today, because we was forced to fight in that war for them that they was losing. They was losing before they enlisted our help. They was cleaning their clocks. So we don't got to feel weird about celebrating it. Like now, if you want to sit up there wearing red, white, and blue, I don't know. You're kind of different on that. But you don't have to feel weird about, grilling and chilling with the family and letting off some fireworks. Because we definitely earned it. We built this country. How about that? If anything, you should look at it from the perspective of Independence Day is, homage to us, because there wouldn't be an America had we not built it. There wouldn't be an America had we not fought in that war and won it. We single-handedly won it. They did not, have the manpower without us. They couldn't have won without us. Even though we were slaves. And they know it. History knows it. That's my final thought for today. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy your Independence Day. I said Memorial Day. Independence Day weekend. You don't have to feel weird about celebrating it. So get off that super conscious, super woke-ish, for that symbolism. Like, just put that spin on it. We built it. How about that? We built this country. So thanks for listening. I'm going to put a pin in it here. Download this episode of the Narrative Podcast and all previously recorded episodes of the Narrative Podcast. Join me again next weekend for another full broadcast of the Narrative Podcast. Don't forget to tune in regularly on a regular basis because I upload randomly for live editions of the Narrative Podcast. Big project, my continuing project I got going on right now, other than the Narrative Podcast, is my poetry blog called Halsey's Poetry Corner at www.mrhalseysblogs.com. To support, just go to that link, read and share my poetry on all platforms, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your whatever. It's on blogger.com, powered by Adam. And the address again is www.mrhalseysblogs.com. The name of the blog again is Halsey's Poetry Corner. And my tagline for that blog is Poetry with a Passion, poetry for all occasions. And you will find out why when you read them. It's just really just a collection. I write all my poems in the moment. I don't, premeditate what I'm going to write about. It's just a kinetic experience. So you will see a few of them with some grammatical errors, but other than that, it's you won't regret reading them. Very creative, if I do say so myself. So please, to support them poems, go to www.mrhalseysblogs.com and share my poems online to all your platforms. So that'll do it for me. Thanks for listening. Tune in next time to the Narrative Podcast again. on my regular broadcast next weekend. So thank you, everyone. Narrative Podcast, Halsey Allen, signing off. Have a great weekend and Independence Day.
Set your place on fire. Put a little bit of shit, put a little bit of shit, add a little bit of gasoline. Put a little bit of shit, You are now listening to the Narrative Podcast with Halsey Allen. The Narrative Podcast is changing the narrative one episode at a time.